I thank the gentleman from Rhode Island. I now recognize the gentleman from Montana, Mr. Zinke.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess the first question goes to Mr. Johnson. And Mr. Johnson, I'm just reading your bio. Your bio states you're a policy advocate, attorney, lobbyist, and works to address the climate crisis by holding the fossil fuel industry accountable and to transition the energy system to cleaner sources. Is that correct?
Representative, it should be, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And also, you hold a certificate from the Natural Resources Conflict Resolution from the Center of Natural Resources and Environmental Policy. You hold a certificate?
Yeah.
Do you hold a degree in any science? Any field of science?
Representative, I work with a lot
yes,
of
yes or no.
experts.
Do you hold a degree in any field in science?
No.
Okay, thank you very much.
No.
Have you done any work in treaties, particularly Indian treaties? Because you are an attorney, you're a member of the bar in good standing. Have you done any work in treaties?
I have done some work with treaties, and I'm a little bit familiar with them, but I
Are
wouldn't
you
consider
familiar with the Crow
myself an
treaties?
expert. No, I am not.
Well, actually, there's two, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to bring to the attention of the committees. There's 1851 and 1868. And the preamble is to provide for the Crow people sufficient lands to continue their way of life. The document is signed by the United States government and the Indian nation, and there is a question of sovereignty. So I'm amazed during the hearing here that the efficacy, the integrity of Signal Peak somehow is relevant to this discussion. I contend it is not. They are a sovereign nation. If they want to make a deal with Disneyland, they have that right as a sovereign nation. Mr. Chairman, I'd ask you, do you also hold the same opinion?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Mr. Johnson, have you ever taken a tour of Bull Mountain?
Representative, I've never been invited.
Because in your testimony, you said the elk were sensitive to Bull Mountain. I know you don't have a degree in science, but how would that be since Bull Mountain is an underground mine about 800 feet below the surface?
Representative, I'd encourage you to just take a look at my testimony. It wasn't that the elk are sensitive to the underground mine. It was that people enjoy hunting elk in Montana, in particular on our public lands, and this particular legislation would take public lands close to 1,000 acres that people do hunt elk on. I know people that go up there and do it, and privatize them. And that's the major concern associated with this legislation, is the privatization of the public lands in the Bull Mountains. In terms of the Crow sovereignty...
So let me ask you this. The privatization, they're most from mineral rights, right? Subsurface mineral rights. Is that true, Mr. Chairman? Can I ask you that?
Yes.
So subsurface mineral rights at 800 feet. How does that affect surface hunting and fishing, just out of curiosity? And Mr. Chairman, I'd like you to answer that. Does it affect surface hunting, fishing, and on the reservation, sir?
No, it does not.
Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
I thank the gentleman from Montana.